Before digital blood and carefully timed jump scares took over, the 1970s birthed a brand of horror that refused to play nice. These films didn't care if you were ready. They kicked the door down and made themselves at home in your nightmares. This was a time when horror got messy, deeply personal, and disturbingly human. Stick around, because each entry unpacks something more unsettling than the last. And if you're into rabbit holes, give that like button a gentle nudge, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe before anything starts crawling on the ceiling. You'll want to see how this ends. It looks like a snuff film because that was the point. Tobe Hooper's sweaty, grimy masterpiece doesn't play by the rules. Shot on grainy 16mm film, drenched in natural light and actual filth, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre carries a documentary-style rawness that makes you feel complicit. The cast was pushed to physical limits. Days spent in 100-degree heat, surrounded by decomposing animal parts and wearing the same sweat-soaked costumes until they reeked. There's almost no blood, but the tension makes your skin itch. Leatherface's chainsaw wasn't a prop. It was real. They hoped nobody would get hurt. This was a slasher that convinced you horror could come from things as ordinary as family dinners and roadside barbecue stands. No ghosts. No myth. Just a rusting world with no exit signs.
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America. This is the movie that is just as real, just as close, just as terrifying as being there. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
Grief doesn't let go. It hunts you. This is a slow psychological spiral wrapped in mystery and drenched in sorrow. When a couple loses their daughter in a tragic accident, they relocate to Venice, hoping to escape their pain. What they find is something colder. Director Nicholas Reg fragments time, disorients with his editing, and fills every frame with unease. Venice becomes a maze of crumbling alleys and rising water, a metaphor for unresolved trauma. Donald Sutherland's character is haunted not by ghosts, but by meaning, visions, symbols, strange encounters. It's terror without the comfort of closure.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
My sister's psychic.
You can't contact people, can you? Just trying to warn us.
Because the devil was in the details, and those details were disturbingly authentic. William Friedkin didn't want to scare audiences, he wanted to convert them. To do it, he treated the set like a psychological battlefield. Real priests, real medical equipment, real injuries. This was filmmaking as ritual. Linda Blair, only 13, endured hours of prosthetics, a mechanical rig that injured her back, and a media storm that never quite went away. Sound designers layered slaughterhouse screams into demon voices. The Exorcist doesn't rely on gore or surprise. It's methodical. It wears you down. By the time Reagan levitates, you're not questioning how it's happening. You're questioning whether something deeply wrong is now watching you. The scariest part isn't the possession. It's the idea that evil is smarter than you, and already inside the house.
He who commands you, the power of Christ compels you!
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
You will mix lies with the truth
Why, Jimmy?
to attack us. Do not listen. I believe we should begin.
You ever heard of exorcism?
How do you go about getting an exorcism?
I beg your pardon? I need reassignment.
You're the best we've got.
I think I've lost my faith.
You really don't want me to play?
Captain Howdy said no.
Who's Captain Howdy?
It reminded everyone that teenagers are terrifying and mothers can be worse. Carrie is a revenge story disguised as a coming-of-age tragedy. Brian De Palma directs with slow, deliberate cruelty, showing how social humiliation accumulates until it detonates. Sissy Spacek's performance is heartbreak and fury fused together, vulnerable one minute, terrifying the next. And Piper Laurie, as her fanatically repressed mother, might be the most unnerving figure in the entire film. The horror comes from the familiarity. You've seen bullying. You've seen parents twist religion into weapons. Here, the supernatural is only there to reflect the emotional violence already simmering. The prom scene is burned into film history not because of gore, but because the build-up is so excruciatingly precise. Some theaters reportedly had to warn people ahead of that final scare. And yet no warning really helps.
It's the night of the senior prom. The Bates High School gym is alive with excitement. Even Carrie White. And everyone makes fun of her. The girl no one likes.
We're all sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
But tonight, no one will laugh at Carrie.
If you don't have a date for the prom next Friday, would you like to go with me?
She's with the best-looking boy in the senior class. She'll be voted Queen of the Prom. Carrie. A new film by Brian De Palma, starring Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and introducing John Travolta in his first motion picture role. Based on the chilling bestseller. If you have a taste for terror, you have a date with Carrie.
Beauty becomes horror. Dario Argento's Suspiria doesn't want to make sense. It wants to trap you. From the first screech of goblins' jarring score to the blood-soaked finale, every second feels designed to destabilize. The colors are unnatural. The architecture is wrong. Rooms glow in purples and reds that seem allergic to logic. Characters float through dreamlike sequences, where shadows behave with intent and death is orchestrated with cruel extravagance. There's a plot. Technically, a young dancer arrives at an elite ballet academy hiding a coven of witches, but the details dissolve into sensory overload. Suspiria assaults, not explains. You don't watch it, it consumes you. Argento weaponizes style, crafting an experience that crawls under your skin and whispers that nothing is safe, not even the wallpaper.
Welcome to our academy. I'm Miss Tanner, one of the instructors.
Nice to meet you.
She was saying things that made no sense.
The teachers, remember? Can you hear them? They're going away.
These films defined fear in ways that still ripple through horror today. Whether it's chainsaws, psychic bloodbaths, or possessed children, the 1970s pulled their terrors straight from the darkest corners of the human condition. Got a terrifying gem from the decade we missed? Tell us in the comments. We're always digging deeper. And if you're brave enough, check out our horror movies playlist for more spine-twisting classics. Don't worry. It's probably safe. I said, probably.